Hello students, welcome to Easy Elimu Learning Simplified. My name is Mr. Stanley Ombogo. So dear students, welcome back to another exciting session. And in this session, I'd like us to differentiate newspaper reports and reports on club activities. But before we go into that, remember that back in Form 3, we learned that is how to write investigative reports. So what does this mean? This simply means that when it comes to report writing, we can be tested on three different areas. So the first one is the one that we looked at, that is investigative report. And the second one is newspaper reports. And the third one is a report on club activities. So most of the students, are normally, are only aware of the investigative reports, but they do not know that we also have got other two types that are not common because they haven't been in our exams for quite some times now. But it is important to have all these types of reports at your fingertips. So in this session, we are going to look at a newspaper report and look at a sample of a newspaper report. Then we will compare it to report on club activities. And you will see how different the two are from the investigative report that most of you know about. So to begin with, a newspaper report is written in continuous prose and it must be brief. So it is in the form of a story. So another thing about newspaper reports is that they must be, they must use a formal language. And these reports must also be objective. That is, they must be able to express whatever is being reported accurately without showing any emotions or opinions. So another thing is that newspaper reports do not have signing off like investigative reports and also reports on club activities. So newspaper reports obviously have a heading, but the only unique thing that we have in newspaper reports is that the name of the writer is written below the heading. So the heading needs not to be grammatical again. You can just go for some words that can make the reader know or I mean words that can make the reader aware of what they're about to read. So we have an example: MPs fight in Parliament by Juma Njuguna. So if you look at that heading, number one, looking at the structure of the sentence, it is not correct. And remember, we say that the heading needs not to be grammatical. So it is followed by the name of the writer. That is whoever is reporting this news. So the name of the reporter in this case is Juma Njuguna. That's just an example. So here is an example of a newspaper report. So the heading that we have here is a pedestrian hit and killed as sister watches by Moses Gitau. So here is the report. A middle-aged man died on the spot when he was hit by a speeding vehicle as he crossed the busy Nairobi's Waiyaki Highway yesterday. Moments later, 9 passengers were injured when a matatu rolled after a collision with a university bus on the opposite side of the dual carriageway. The pedestrian was accompanied by his sister, who watched helplessly as his brother was hit as he crossed the road at Waruku. She said she opted to wait for the traffic to clear as her brother opted to cross the highway. In the other accident, an international United States University bus taking students to Naivasha rammed the matatu as the driver tried to avoid a lorry. The bus driver said he suspected the lorry driver was distracted by the first accident. And that is how newspaper reports are written. As easy as it seems. So Again, we can have reports on events, accidents, or incidents that, that are just similar to the example that we have just gone through. So, when giving reports on events, accidents, and incidents, they must have a title beginning with a report on blah blah blah. Then, in the first paragraph of your report, has introductory remarks on what the report is about. E.g., we can talk about recently our school held a Parents' Day. The following is a report of what took place. The guest of honor was blah blah blah. So that's just an example to keep you started. Then something about reports on events, accidents, and incidences is that they are written in prose and have no subtitles. And another thing is that they require to be written in passive voice as much as possible. There is also use of objective language. So the use of objective language is necessary. Then they have an ending, that is report written by, then you give the name after appending the signature. So what we have next is reports on club activities. Reports on club activities. So just to take you through these very fast, normally at the end of the year, clubs organizations issue a report on the activities of the club for the year that has just ended. So it can also be a report on the finances of the club and how they were spent. So when talking about reports of club activities, such reports are written by the secretary and given to the members of the club. So here's an example of a club report or a report on club activities. So we have the name, there is the title, and in the title we have the name of the club, that is Winam Agricultural Club, and the report is on the club activities for the year, that is for the year ended 31st December 2023. So here is what we have about concerning the report. So the club undertook various activities last year. Some of them required huge amounts of money, which the club members were able to raise. So the first concern was about the sources of funds. So we managed to raise 200,000 shillings that was required to begin a poultry farm through contributions by members and aids from well-wishers. The farm, which we initiated, is now a reliable source of funds to the club. Then the next concern was about club registration. So we were able to register our club with the Agricultural Society of Kenya. Because of that, our club was recognized and we got 10 new members. Then the next issue or concern was about agricultural visits. So we were able to visit various agricultural shows from where we gathered useful information on the modern methods of farming. Then another concern or issue was account opening. So the club opened an account and proposed that each member to contribute 500 shillings per month. Up to the end of the year, we were able to raise 456,000 shillings to the account. So the next part, dear students, is having the end of our report. So this is the report for our club for the year ended 31st December 2023. So report compiled by, so you append your signature before writing the name. Then after the name, ensure that you include your position or designation. So dear students, this brings us to the end of this session, and thank you for watching till the end. Remember to always keep it easy Elimu. So I believe you are now well conversant with all the three reports that we have. Bye.